Welcome back as we continue our series of meeting all of the LP Texas officers for the 2022 to 2024 term. My name is Nathan Moxley. I'm the Communications Director for the state party. And today I am joined by our new Vice Chair, Kyle Russell. Kyle, welcome on.
Nice to be here. Thank you.
So, what's going on with you since the convention? You've been pretty busy with the CRM stuff, I imagine, right?
Yes, we've launched the new website platform uh, called Civi CRM, but it's in the back end. Yes, but that's taken up many hours since the convention and before the convention. Over the last 6 months or so, we've been working on all the back end things to get the website up and running. But it's up and live now. If you go to lptexas.org.
Awesome. And it's so Civi, that is the same one, just so that people know that that's the same platform or CRM that national and a whole host of other state affiliates use. Is that correct?
It's a plan that the National Party started rolling out a couple years ago, kind of standardizing all the state websites, so we can more easily get membership data from national into our state party, and the national can use our state party data to help grow the party.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. I know that's a lot of work. I've done a little bit of website building in the past, and I know how much, constant updating on the front end of just adding new data or importing data over from the old website and stuff like that. So, um, my hat's off to you for taking the lion's share of that work and getting it done. So it looks amazing so far. So good job. Um, Really, I just wanted to open us up with a bit of an icebreaker. I've asked everybody this question so far, and the reason I asked this question, just so you know, is I want to get an idea of how Kyle Russell approaches. Well, we're going to put you big here. There we go. I want to get an idea of how Kyle Russell approaches large, almost what would be insurmountable tasks. How you would take an approach to that. So the question is, if you woke up tomorrow morning and you had 10,000 emails in your inbox, how would you try to get through all of them, or would you even try to get through all of them? And how would you, allocate your limited resources to making sure that those emails get checked?
Hmm. Um, yeah, if I had 10,000 emails, it would definitely be an undertaking. Probably just start looking through the subject line and sorting them by the what seems to be the most important email. I like to make um, you know lists, or priority lists when I have tasks or things that are going to be a big undertaking, in order to make sure I can get everything done in a priority and timely manner.
So definitely prioritize, but would you say you would recognize that there's going to be some you don't get to?
Oh yeah, yeah. There would be, unless you spend every minute of the day, and they're not super long emails. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to get to all of them probably. Um, so yeah, definitely prioritize, and try and hit the ones that are the raging fires first, and put those
Sure,
out.
sure. So first off, you've been with the party for quite a while now, and you've had a whole variety of roles. We're talking about the fact that you're doing the CRM, and you've done some IT work and stuff like that. And so I just want to get your perspective on how you feel that those roles in the past, the things that you've done as a volunteer for the party, on staff for the party, and then even in your county, because I know you're on the executive committee in your county as well, how those roles have prepared you to fill the role of vice chair.
Yeah, all my experience, working with the previous officers, and being on SELEC and being on our Dallas County Executive Committee, I've gotten an idea of how the inner workings of all those groups run, and how to work with the staff, how to work with the officers, and communicate most effectively with all those groups. So I believe that'll help me as vice chair to be able to work with our other staff and work with our new select members, and help grow the party.
And I've already noticed just from looking at the forum or internal communications, it's been a pretty active select. they've brought up, and I mean, I understand too, that's part of, at the beginning of a term, I think there's a little more energy and there's a little more um, drive to get things done. But it seems to be a very active select. Most of them are very engaged. Um, so it's going to be important to have somebody in your position that's able to, effectively manage that large of a of an executive committee. Um, and the role of vice chair is a weird one, right? So I think technically speaking, it's basically to fill in the absence of the chair. I think that's the formal definition of the role. And I know, and most people out there who've ever served as an assistant someone or a vice something, that it's a lot more than just filling in when the chair is absent. So how do you see you helping the chair or doing things outside of the role of, just filling in for the chair? How do you see the role of vice chair operating under your leadership?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously our bylaws really, it's like a 2 sentence description for vice chair. It's assist the or fill in for the vice chair when they're unavailable and assist the vice chair. So yes, I'm already assisting Whitney, and we talk almost daily about just different things we have going on. So she's keeping me up to speed in case I do have to take over or something. But yeah, outside, just assisting Whitney and our chair. I want to help move our party, more into the 21st century, obviously with the new website that I've been working on. And I want to work with you, Nathan, in our communications department, to help through the new website, getting out, better press releases, um, YouTube videos, streaming more of our meetings and things. So, one of the things I wish we had done this past, our past convention was live stream it on the internet. So I'm gonna really push that we budget for that and get that in for 2024, because having open meetings and things like that, definitely will help. Like I said before, grow the party and get more people involved, which we desperately need.
Right. And I've taken, in this role, taking that on as showing what we're doing, right? Because people, if they know who the hell we are,
Yeah.
a lot of times people have no idea what we do. And so showing the volunteerism in action, like I know you've done a lot with Kevin Hale's campaign and other campaigns in the past. You do the block walking and the door knocking and things like that. I want to put more of that out there. I'm so glad to hear that I've got your support in getting that done for my department. Um, Coming up in the 2022 to 2024 term, obviously the rollout of the new CRM is a major undertaking. But what are some other things that you see coming up as far as next November's elections or this November's elections? Or sorry, next May's elections or this November's elections. Is there anything that you're particularly excited about? Maybe the next legislative term or anything like that?
Uh, um, yeah. I'm looking forward to our elections. We have a really strong governor candidate with Mark Tippett. I think we can make a lot of traction since it will be second time running. So I'm really looking forward to um, his campaign and assisting him any way I can. The legislative session, we're trying to fight the duopoly, so trying to fight any unjust laws and any new laws they try and throw that hurt our ballot access are definitely big priorities.
And I know the 2021 legislative session, our political action department was a little more active in getting people out lobbying and doing lobbying days and things like that. Do you know, or have you had any discussions if that's something that we're going to pursue further? I mean, I do remember from my term on Select, there was some discussion about trying to get more people out there on a more consistent basis. Are there any? I mean, obviously, I don't know if there's solid plans yet, but is that something you think is in the works?
But we do have our month. You can make donations to our legislative action fund, which will help fund us sending people to the Capitol to lobby on our behalf. And last term we were able to send one person there. I know the goal I think is to send more than one person this time. I think we're getting up there with the funds, so hopefully we can pull that off, because the more libertarians we have walking around the Capitol shows, the duopoly that we're here and you can't silence us.
Right.
So
I do, in particular, just point of discussion. We were there as a whole group, as a party. There were probably 30 of us. For I believe we were in town for which bill was it? Was it the constitutional carry bill? It must have been.
it might have been, yeah.
And at the same time that was being heard on the floor in oh gosh, in some of the committees, they were talking about some ballot access issues and the filing fees, and they sprung on it. They had the Senate committee and the House committee were meeting at the same time, and we decided to not divide and conquer, and we all went to the House committee on that. And at the same, that's when it came out of the Senate committee favorably to move to add the filing fees. So anyhow, my point is, what you're saying is we need more people out there. We need more people consistently out there keeping track of what's going on
Yes.
in Austin on a
Yeah.
day of the
Hopefully
week
this
or
term
monthly
we can
basis.
arrange a big day where we get 30 or more libertarians down there. I wasn't able to go to the one last term, but I went to the one during the 2018 term, and it was a lot of fun. Going walking around the Capitol, meeting our legislators. Uh, Sadly, the day I went, most of the legislators had already left early, but the one uh, House representative for my district was actually there, and we got to talk with her and
And
tried to build bridges. It's a little difficult,
and for
but
the most part, my
yeah.
experience, and I don't know if yours is the same, they've been fairly welcoming to at least listening to us and
Oh
having
yeah,
us,
yes,
or at
definitely.
least meeting with a staffer, if not them. Um, and I've not had any conflict. So if anybody's watching this thinking about going out and helping the Libertarian Party lobby in Austin during the next legislative session, please, please, please don't be scared to go do it. It's not as daunting as it seems. Kyle, real quick, what are you looking forward to the most for the next term? Like, what has got you excited uh, the most, and what are you going to be putting into place to accomplish that? So, I guess what's your biggest goal going into the next term?
Yeah, one of my big goals is to help continue our fundraising. We had amazing fundraising
Oh, sure.
this last term. We have a lot of money in the bank. One of our big goals that was set by the last select was by the end of, I think, this year, trying to um, hire a permanent paid executive director that will be able to work full time on our on party issues. Because right now, all the staff is all volunteer, all unpaid. Everyone has day jobs, so you're only getting their spare time. So if we can continue to raise money, and we can start getting, starting with a paid executive director this term, and then maybe down the road getting some other paid staff, then we can really uh, have people put the time in to fight the duopoly, work on membership, and then it's just a snowball effect that hopefully we can take it and then win elections and keep growing.
Well, I think it goes without saying you would definitely have my support in having paid staff. What do you think is going to be the biggest challenge then? Like, what looking forward? If you say, you know what, I want at least one paid staff member by the end of the term, what do you think would be the biggest challenge to achieving that goal?
Just continuing the fundraising. Like, I want to help work with our events department. I think one of the big reasons we had a lot of fundraising last term is pretty much every select meeting we had every quarter, we had some sort of fundraiser.
Mhm.
Some of them were small that would only brought in a couple $1,000s, but we had a couple big ones. More fancier dinners that brought in tens of thousands of dollars. So if we keep doing those, work with our development department, and help. We have a new membership plan. If you were at our state convention, we were giving out little fancy pins.
Mhm.
You know, depending on, the more you give, the more pins you get. But right now, if you go to our old website and the new website, there's no info about that. So getting pages like that built out on the website, so people can see our reward plans and you know help increase donations.
Also, so yeah, so raising money is going to be the biggest challenge to making that
Yes.
reality of paid staff. All right, so just a little personal question. I think anybody who knows you knows you're a Dallas Stars fan.
Yes.
So yeah, you're wearing it on your chest. Um, who's your second favorite hockey team?
The second favorite hockey team would have to be the Detroit Red Wings. I grew up in Michigan and grew up in the Detroit area until I was 15, and then moved to the other side of the state, Kalamazoo, and then moved down here to Texas when I was 18, or no, 19. So it took me a while before I became a Dallas Stars fan, but
And now, and I'm not a hockey fan, so excuse my ignorance. The Dallas Stars, well, they came down here like in the '90s or early 2000s. Is that correct? And they were the Minnesota North Stars.
yeah, they moved to Dallas in '93
Okay,
from Minnesota. So they've been in Dallas. Yeah, they've been in Dallas for over 25 years now. So,
so it's
and we've won one Stanley Cup in '99, and right now we're in a playoff race. So later today, after this interview, I'll actually be going to a Stars game. So
oh, fantastic. I guess I was really testing your loyalty there because I'm a big Royals fan. I'm a baseball fan, and if somebody would ask me who my second favorite team was, it would be anybody that's playing, against the Yankees. I don't really care who wins as long as the Royals win or the Yankees lose. That's all I care about. So
yeah, it makes it easier to root for the Red Wings and the Stars because I forget what year it was, around 2011 or so. They reorganized the divisions and they moved the Red Wings to the Eastern Conference. Well, the Stars stay in the Western Conference, so they're not conference rivals anymore. So
got it.
they only play twice a year, so makes it a
Well,
lot
Kyle,
easier.
I really appreciate you taking some time out to talk to me today. It was a fun conversation, and I have absolute faith that this next 2 year term with the executives, or the officers, sorry, that we have, and the executive committee that we have as well, I got a feeling we're going to be continuing the growth that we saw for the last 2 years, and a lot of it is going to be due to your leadership and your guidance and just your work ethic, man. Just putting in the hours, getting stuff done. So from bottom of my heart, I appreciate you, and I look forward to working with you for the next couple of years.
Yes, yeah, look forward to getting to work.
All
Thank
right,
you.
Kyle. Thank you. Enjoy the game today.
Thanks.